record. All right. All right. So all we're asking you to do today, we're just going to get kind of comfortable figuring out where everything is and everything. Okay. And we can move around a little bit. I don't know if this is the best that everybody's in one row or not. People, I think it's best as long as we're not sitting next to each other. I think we should be okay. It could be that I put like, since I know how many we got, like 11 or so, we could maybe do like these two computers, that computer, these two computers, that computer, you know, that kind of thing. So you're not everybody on, but I mean, it's pretty close to being 6 feet apart. We just didn't want people sitting next to each other, so it's not like normal years where you get to talk a lot next to somebody. But it'll work. We'll make it work. What I'm trying to do today is I'm going to be recording this from my desk, just so that we can put it online for people that are taking classes and doing different things. You know, that aren't here, and that's okay. I want to do first, because I have us down for 10 people. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But I might have been added since I printed this up. Mallory, you're here. Carve right here. Rockney, right there. Lily, up top. Okay. Trevor, right there. Matthew, up top. Thomas, over there. Adina, am I saying it right? Yep. Jacob, down here. Ben, up top. Anybody I didn't call? All right. What's your name? How do you spell it? Lola. And what's your last name? SVEC. And you're coming on this day? Okay, so you're not in the other Jayhawk group. You're one of the few that is going up? Okay, perfect. Maybe I got the email. I didn't want to know. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, because you're in this class, just I had you on a different day. All right, perfect. So I can hit submit. We got everybody here. A little weird going to school this way, I suppose. A little bit. Okay. I could tell you, we keep getting notifications. I can tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Pat Henkenius. I've been teaching here since 2006-07 school year. I don't know how many years that is. I've been teaching. This is like my 21st, 22nd year of teaching. Coach basketball at Dowling. Used to coach basketball here for about 13, 14 years. I coach basketball at Dowling now. I coach golf here. We do boys in the fall. Gabe, if you don't know, he's a pretty good golfer. He's one of our best golfers in the school. Gabe golfs with me in the fall, and then in the spring we do girls golf. So the girls kind of got screwed out of that deal this year when we had a bunch of nice, really fun girls, and they didn't get out of that season. That was too bad. I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, so that's kind of my deal. I come from a family, a bunch of teachers. My mom was a teacher, dad was a teacher, then dad was an administrator for years. Mom stopped teaching when I was born because I got an older brother. Older brother is a lawyer in Lincoln, Nebraska. My sister's a teacher at Dowling. She teaches math. She's the volleyball coach. Got any volleyball girls? She's the volleyball coach at Dowling. Anyway, hopefully I'm glad we're here. I know there's a lot of people that don't want to be here. It's just different times. We're gonna make do. Okay, we want to make this. This class. We want to get through this as stress-free as possible. The idea behind this class, especially this year, is not to be a grade buster. It is not to overwhelm you. Every year we tend to overwhelm a few, but the grand majority of people are going to be comfortable and okay in here. Okay. This week we go until 11, I think. I gotta look this up. We go until 11:20 this week. And then next week it gets a little different because we don't have that 40-minute connection thing. What I'd like to do is for you guys to get on Google and let's enter Classroom. Yes. You can't log in. Have you got onto computer yet this year? Today. Okay. To a different microphone or speaker? I don't know. Okay, let's think about this. How do we, I might be able to reset your password. HNKNIS password. Give me a minute. I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out the best. Okay. Why don't you come down here real quick, would you? Let me do this. Authentication. Let me do this. Oh, hold on. No, you're fine. Stay here though. All right. What is your street? 296 408 or something like that. Right? Tell me that again. Where's your ID number? Yeah, 212 343. You're probably saying I just can't hear you. Do I got enough numbers here?
212
343. All right, hold on. Oh, this is you, right? All right. Where do you take your password? Oh, it's gonna pick it. Sorry. All right. Go ahead and try it. Why don't you refresh your? All right, you're having on. You haven't even got on. Hopefully it works. Sorry, this always happens. All right. Is it working? Excellent. It's slow. All right. Let me get rid of all this. We'll start at the beginning. Oh, I got to make sure that they can see my screen. Okay. All right. We're going to put all computer apps under one. So it should say, I want you got to type a code in, correct? This is the code. We'll give you a minute or two. And when you get in, it should say something like, is it working? Okay. I just had to remember how to do that. I haven't done that since August last year. Reset the passwords. When you get logged in, it should say something like Hank's Computer Apps 2020 or something. There's another section. We have one or two online. And so we're just putting them all together. We won't have like period 3 you have to click on. And we'll just wait a minute or two since his computer's just getting booted up. Any of you guys guys driving to school yet? Nice that you don't have the first year in the history of school that no one's had to worry about parking. It's always the worst thing. People come in, I would have like accounting or business law first hour, and I would have some of the people would come in. Oops, over with the parking line, it's parking. I always running late, so getting booted up here. But all right, so a little bit about computer apps. We're not going to spend 1,000 hours on syllabus talk, but I do want to kind of explain what we're going to be up to a little bit for us. And it looks like we're almost all there. We'll be using a lot of computer apps, resources like handouts, things that you'll type, instructions, videos, things like that will all be in this classroom. So once we get it uploaded and ready to roll. The grading and how we're going to do this will all be in the syllabus once we get started. The main idea behind how we're going to do this is we're going to spend basically through maybe October, midway through October, doing some Word document items. And then from October, midway through October to finals, knock on wood, we get to have school, right? Hopefully everybody wants to have school. Finals is like January 15th week. So mid-October to January, we will do more Excel presentation, spreadsheet stuff. So we kind of split it up into Word and Excel. We do a very, very small amount of PowerPoint. That's about it. So then if you want to put this key in, and then we should be good to go. But so we're going to do a lot of Word to start out with. Now, how do we do Word? When I say Word, I'm also kind of meaning Google Docs. Okay? I personally, Word has way more functions. For me, Word is easier to use because it has more things that I would use. It's fine. Google Docs is we make work. Okay? Now I can't close this. Okay. So in that first thing where it says computer apps beginning instructions, if you want to click on that real quick, we're just going to go over the syllabus. You can kind of look at it while I do it. You guys have gone over the bell schedules, right? We don't need to do that. Okay, we're fine. The syllabus I just want to kind of talk about. This kind of just briefly gives you a little description of what the heck's going on. And of course, I just looked, and when I saved it as a PDF, it ruined all my tabs, so I'll have to go back. Good Lord. But the class is basically talking about a variety of different things. We're going to talk about headers, footers, page numbers. We're going to talk about, tabbing, tables, columns. We're going to talk about borders functions, charts in Excel, basic formulas, multiplying, dividing, averages, count, max, mins, those types of things. Nothing out of control. It's a class designed to give you the basics on a variety of items. We don't hit home deep on anything particularly. We hit home on a variety. We touch on a lot of things. So we're talking about this computer apps beginning instructions part. The first one, yep. Okay, so the syllabus. So that's kind of talking about the first step. Grades, how we do this. We don't have true, false, multiple choice tests. Okay. I put deadlines are extremely important. This is different though. We're going to be incredible. I've always tried to be incredibly flexible, and we will continue. Basically, we're going to do a bunch of little things, and then some of the things will be graded. We'll call them audits. They're like tests. We'll say, all right, we're going to do a couple flyers. All right, a couple of them we practice to make sure we understand how to do it. Then we'll say, hey, this one's worth 5 points, this one's worth 5 points, this one's worth 10. Then we move on. That kind of thing. Okay, so we're not going to grade everything we do. We'll practice some things, and then other things are going to be worth more. Projects and audits will be like tests, but a test is, in other words, we're going to give you a document, say, create this document.
We're going to give you instructions to create a document. That's our test. It's not what is the vocabulary term, or can you tell me where format cells is, or stuff like that. Okay. The hard part is when we get moving, when we do these audits or projects, if you miss and don't make up or do an audit or project, it could kill your grade, right? It could really hurt because all the other stuff is, some of it we do is not graded at all because it's practice, and we grade a little bit of the other stuff. How we basically are going to be weighting the work, 60% of it will be daily work, 40% will be projects, okay? That'll be 100% of your grade if you kind of think of it that way. But then that 100% becomes 90, and then our finals were 10%. So it all evens out. But basically, just because you do the daily work, if you never do an audit or project, you're going to better get 100%, otherwise you'll be in trouble. You know, it's weighted. It's not quite 50-50, but it's close. Okay. How you go about doing this, and again, I apologize. I didn't know. I didn't look at it when it was normal. It's a regular grade scale. This looks like hodgepodge, but B's are 86 to 83, 87 and above is a B plus. Now, how I'm going to be grading your assignments is, let's say you got 87% on an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to give you 5, meaning 100%, meaning kind of like you pretty much got a really good grasp of that, right? Like you understand what you've done. You might have made a mistake or two, but for the most part, you get it. And so you're going to get a 5, okay? If you got 80 to 86, you will receive a 4, okay? So an 80 to 86 means you did pretty good, but maybe you messed up 1 or 2 many times. Doesn't mean you got a C or D or an F. It means you got a 4 out of 5, means it's really well done. Excuse me. If you get a 70 to 79, it'll be a 3, a 60 to 69 will be a 2, and a 59 to 1% will be a 1. Okay. That's just going to be how it grade. Now, occasionally, a project might be worth 10 points to make it a little bit more important. So if you got 9 out of 10 versus 1 out of 10, your grade goes up significantly. You know, it affects your grade. But it's all going to be done really well. I'm telling you, like, maybe you have 2 Fs, 3 Fs all year, and it's because they skip, they don't care, and they don't do anything. Otherwise, if you come and do stuff, you'll be fine. Okay. I'm not going to really go into in depth about turning in late work, especially with us. What we'll try to do is ask you to do some things at home if you can't get it done in class, and you can turn it in on Sundays. It'd be a good time to turn it in. I will always be able to ask because we're only going to meet on Tuesdays, right? And then every other Monday. No. Yeah. Okay. So we don't meet that often. But you can always email me if you have questions or whatever. But as far as due dates, we're going to have to be real flexible. Because especially if you, let's say you have a doctor's appointment or something, you miss a Tuesday, that's like a whole week of missing in the old school way of doing that. So we're going to have to be flexible. I don't want you people to be going, well, computer apps, I got a ton of stuff. No, just we'll make it work. You can come in here before school if you need to on any other day. You know what I mean? I don't usually, I'm not that busy in here, people. Or you could come in after school. Often I'll be coaching, but you can, maybe they won't let you, but they might not know. I mean, I don't care if you had 20 minutes to finish something. So we can make things work, okay? That's what we're trying to do. I kept IES time in there in case we went back to normal, but we don't. As far as food and drink, obviously you're going to be allowed to drink. The rule is you're not supposed to. What I don't want, especially nowadays, is anything where your fingers are going to be gross, like where you have to touch your fingers. We don't really want you eating in here, especially this year. Okay, before in the past, it'd be like, don't bring chips and Cheetos and oranges and apples, things that might have juices or make sticky because it's gross. But nowadays, especially, we want to be able to, but if you have a water bottle, you have one of those little container things that you have juice in or whatever, absolutely. Bring that in. Don't worry about We want to limit the number of people in the halls. Obviously, we want to keep our area neat. We don't want standing by the doors. All those things are fine. We want to put cell phones away. We have a cell phone cart thing here. That's only for like people that are horrifically not doing any work and refuse. If you're on your phone when I'm answering like questions or giving you directions, that kind of means you don't. I'll have a hard time helping you one-on-one if you refuse to try the first time. Obviously, I will. But then what we'll do is we'll ask you to put the phone away. That'll solve the problem. Or you're just like me and somebody can talk and I can still understand and I might look at my phones for a second. I can do two things at once. A lot of people can, some people can't. As long as you understand who you are, you'll be fine. Can we be on the games? Yeah. Can we look at other things? Yes. When you're done with our stuff, you can do literally whatever you want on the computer. You need to do an English assignment, a science, social studies. Absolutely. But you don't want to be playing games while I'm talking. You don't want to be playing games when you have other homework due, just because it's distracting, then you get behind. Now, again, I'm a big believer in people have the right to do whatever they want. Okay. But the problem with that is some of the knuckleheads don't understand right and wrong, right? And so then they get behind. We'll try to help you out, but just do the right thing. And when you're done, you can do whatever you want with games and things like that. If you want headphones to listen to music, can you listen to music when we're doing homework? When you're working on a project or something? Absolutely. But you have to understand, just because, somebody likes gangster rap, somebody else might not like it. So we don't want it blanging. We don't want death metal and somebody's favorite music country. You keep the volume low so people can are not bothered by whatever you listen to. But yeah, if you go, all right, we're gonna go to work, we'll give you 20 minutes. When you're finished, we'll often say save and just do whatever. You want to put music on and listen and do your homework and do your project, create whatever document we're creating, absolutely. Okay, it's not a problem. All right. That kind of gives you an idea of what we're kind of looking at doing so far. Okay. As long as we can get in here, that's a good thing. Week 1, okay. We're going to be doing this thing here. So if you go to week 1 and click on About Me, I want to give you 5 minutes. And I want you see where if you open up About Me, it's a Google Doc. And what we'd like you to do is just talk briefly about your family, whether you got brothers, sisters, mom, dad, aunt, uncles, grandma, grandpa, foster parents, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just wanting to get to know you a little bit with this document. Any kind of favorite hobbies? The old dad joke now is what you did over spring break. Hey, did you guys have a good spring break? But go ahead, just type right on this document and just write 2 or 3, 4 sentences. Take 5 minutes to answer. Take a minute or 2 to answer each one. That'll be 5 minutes total. Minute 20 seconds. Minute 15 seconds. It won't let you type. Damn it, I didn't let you edit it. Just copy it onto a new document. You can do it on Word or you could do it on, I didn't let you edit it, sorry. You can copy it right onto another Google Doc. Or into Word, whatever. Sorry about that, I'll have to change that. Good. So the about me thing. We're asking you about family. Anybody come from a family? So I have one brother and one sister. Anybody have a similar family where they have a brother and a sister? Who's got the most siblings in here? Has anybody got more than 3? How many siblings? There's only one that has more than 3 siblings? So you're one of 5 total? Okay. Was anybody an only child? You all by your lonesome? No? Sorry. There's a lot of different things with family. I'm just gonna go through that just to see, what you wrote. What about hobbies? Anybody want to share any hobbies right away? Yeah.
I volunteer at Habitat Community Resource.
Really? Where's that at?
It's near the Hy-Vee Fresh.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I didn't know that. Well, that's cool. Any other hobbies that you guys might do? Nobody does anything? Yeah. What do you got? You can cheer? Okay. Yeah, that takes up some time. That's a fun little hobby. Anybody doing activities this fall for Urbandale? Football, golf, cross country, volleyball, band. Is the band going to play at football games? Anybody in band? The band going to play, I wonder? I suppose. Or practice. Choir, all those activities. Hobbies for me would be, I play a lot of golf. Didn't do a lot over this Corona break. We didn't travel a lot, but a lot of times we want to go do things with family, friends, get together, go up to Okoboji, usually go on a golf trip or go back to, down to the Ozarks, things like that. Don't do it a lot. A lot of times we're doing family stuff, kid stuff. Anybody do anything crazy over your old break? Yeah. New house? Yeah, we had a couple people. I knew a couple people that moved over break. Anybody else move into a different house, move a different place? Key West then too, huh? I've never been to Key West. I hear it's fun. Anybody wanted to decide or want to share what you want to do today or what your career would be? Yeah, go ahead.
Be some sort of chemist.
Be some sort of chemist? Work on some kind of, what are you thinking? You just like the idea? Yep, you have to get into the AP chemistry classes and all that stuff. Good. Well, what we want to do and what we hope is that you can throw this. Oops, I got all these different screens up. If you want, you can turn these in. I don't know if it allows you to turn them in there. Or just email it to me, share it with me. I got to be able to allow you to turn this stuff in. I didn't allow this to be open.
It's because we had to make a copy.
Yeah, I had that edited, so I'll have to fix that for next class. Just share it with me or email it to me. If you do things in Word, like I like to do a lot of things in Word, you can always just put the Word document into your drive and then upload it that way. You know what I mean? The one thing I will tell you, I better turn my volume on. I'm going to get a bunch of them here. The one thing I will tell you, often what people get up, kind of upset with, or not upset with, but they'll talk about, how come I'll start an assignment and I can't do it at home because I started in Word. And the unfortunate thing is if you start something in Word in here, okay, it'll only be on that machine or your machine. You know what I mean? It'll only be on this computer. So in order to continue working, you're going to have to utilize Google Docs more. Or you're going to have to utilize, I used to have a bunch of flash drives. Where's all my flash drives? You're going to have to use a flash drive. Okay, you all got $900 phones or $400 phones, whatever. These don't cost more than a couple bucks. Okay. You save it, put it in there, whatever. If you're somebody who wants to, you guys all got Chromebooks? Do you bring them with you? If you didn't want to use these computers, you can use a Chromebook. I think these will probably be faster. I'm not sure. Maybe they're slower. Just kind of depends. But what I would tell you is you want to make sure you don't get in the habit, just because I show you an example in Excel or Word, that you could do it in Google Sheets or in Google Docs. It just might not look exactly the same. And you might have to just roll with the punches a little bit. It might not have all the features, but you could do the best. And it'll look pretty similar. Okay, so please, I don't want people to go, well, I can't do that homework because I started in Word. I'm going to go, that's not an excuse. Another thing people have done in the past is if you work in Word, you want to do it at home, you email it to yourself. You open up an email, attach it, and then you got it, and you can do it anywhere in the world. So if you email Word documents, Excel documents to yourself, flash drive it, you can do it anywhere. Okay, so we don't want to get in the habit of excuses of I can't do the homework because I started in Word. That's on you, because we're going to tell you need to email it or flash drive it. Otherwise, just do everything Google Docs or Excel. My examples, there'll be a lot of examples that'll be a little bit different, but it'll make it work out. Okay. All right. So not bad. Let's get back to where we want to go here. And what we're kind of looking at doing this week, we won't get into the Moodle page. I think we'll just stay with Google since we only meet once a week and you're going to be doing more things outside. If we have to get into Moodle, I'll let you know. We usually do more Moodle than Google in here, but might have to do a little different. All right, what we're going to do, this is kind of what we want to be mentioning and talking about. We are going to go and create a flyer. Okay, it should be part of your instructions or someplace right in this beginning instructions. I should have put it on week 1, but I put it up here. So what I'd say is open up the one that says 66. Couldn't preview the problem displaying the retrieve, connect more apps. I don't know. Well, that's not going to work. All right, we'll try this again. Why is that not working? We'll do it differently. Couldn't preview file. There's a problem displaying this image. What can I open it with? What? I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry. Usually we just open it. So how'd you get yours to open? Click on, I got mine to work, but I don't know what I did. Go ahead and click on the, what's the bottom button? Continue or? It'll either open, but these computers all should be the same. All right. Sorry, there's always something. So if you click connect to more apps, what happens? Okay. That's all right. All right, we'll try one more thing. I don't know. That's unfortunate. Because I got handouts, but I thought I'd just do the screenshot. what's the best way to do this? I got handouts I can just give you. And we can just throw them away. Okay, we'll just hand out and throw away. The world will continue. All right, so sorry, I was trying to get it so you had a copy of it. Some of you do, some of you don't. But that's all right. I will give you a copy. Possibly. One, two. I wasn't ready for this because I had it all on the computer. At least on my screen. Bring up a Google Doc and we'll kind of sort of slowly get started. Sorry, what a mess. This is unfortunate. Should be able to just look that document and type it. I don't have all my copies. Here we go. We were not going to use this year. All right, when we get done with these, I'll just check them so there's not corona everywhere. You don't need one? You can open it, yeah. Yep, sorry. What a disaster. All right, so a couple things. Sorry about that. Again. Got one. All right, so a couple things. Whenever they ask you, as far as fonts go, don't be in a big hurry to create this right now. As far as fonts goes and font style, we're not going to be hung up on if it's sans serif, script, or any of that. Basically, what we would say is if they ask you to use a certain font, go ahead and use it. So then, for example, it says 48 point curls MT. What we would like you to do is try to find that. Okay? If it's not there, we don't want 20 questions of what, hey, it's not there, what's I do? Just pick something out. So if the suggested font is there, let's use it. If the suggested font is not there, pick something else out. The idea behind it is script used to be like Shakespeare type stuff. And sans serif, the idea is there's a ton of different fonts. We don't want you to just get used to using Times New Roman or Courier. There's tricks around things like Times New Roman. If you need to shrink fonts, there's a little bit smaller font than some of the other ones. You know, like when you get into English classes stuff, you guys will learn. That's not our point. But our point is basically anytime there's a font, if it says sans serif, script, serif, just do a font, whatever font you want. If it says curls MTV point 48, try to do that as well. The picture, it doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be from clip art. So this picture, obviously this is a made up thing, right? We're talking about in WD66 Community Service Project Leprechaun Traps. Anything Irish is fine then. It's Leprechaun Traps. So do something Irish there. Okay, if it says to be left align, right align, you want to make it left align, right align. If it wants it to be a certain font, now the only problem you guys might run into is down here on the bottom. You guys see where my finger is, where it says the sign up, way down here, everybody? That's on one line. But when you use that font and that font size, it might push it onto two. So just change the font so that it'll stay on one line. If it means instead of 24, you make 18 or 16, then go ahead. All right, we're just trying to make a flyer and make it look as close to this as possible. If something's underlined, if something's bold, if something's italicized, you want to go ahead and do that. All right, and then we'll just save it as 66. We used to save things as page numbers back in the day. And we'll just save it as 66. We'll give you a few minutes to go ahead and type that out. I would do it in Google, just type 66. We're not going to do all of these. But do try to find and use the fonts if humanly possible. You guys got any questions for me at all? I always say help each other. It's going to be a hard one to do. You can help each other, just don't get too crazy. But we always want to encourage people to talk and help each other if you want. Okay. I wonder why you can't view that. What if I... Oops. There we go. What a joke.
started like installing something, and it just turned off, and it's going pretty slow. So am I able to use the computer next to it?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I can clean those off. Yeah. Good Lord. Sorry about that. Sorry, it's everything's a little different here right now. I thought I didn't see. Okay.
Your stream will have those assignments, comments from both your teacher and possibly students. If you will click here, you will find all of your assignments. Notice they will have due dates as well. Today we'll be exploring first how to submit. If you click on the assignment, it will show you a drop-down option. Notice here I have a Google Doc attached that begins with my name. No matter the format, it will always start with a copy of whatever you're using.
Hey, Jacob, I hate to bother you, but try me something. Okay, so since I need to put this, oh, I need to edit. But since I did it with the screenshot, because it was all screwed up or whatever, you can't turn 66 in, can you? So in week 1, can you turn that screenshot in? How do you turn it in? Can you just put it in the 66? I made it, since that screenshot and that wasn't able to do it, try to see if you can put whatever you just did. See if that's a better way, since that screenshot thing wasn't. You just gotta, and then it's turned in. What's that? Into the 66 thing? Is it the same as turning it in like a normal or not? Okay, but you can now. Even if you attach something, you can't turn it in? Okay. So in week 1, you were able to turn it in. See, I can't even get to it. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, good. So I don't need to, I didn't know if I needed to make a new Dropbox, is all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm good. So we can turn it in that way. We can just delete this then. Just a circuit, sorry. Delete. Mm-hmm. So when you're done with 66, we want you to turn it in there if it allow you. Excuse me? Well, are you not able to turn it in? It might be easier to put it in here because I get like 90 emails a day the way it is. If I keep getting emails all day. Are you able to turn it in that Dropbox there? I guess I don't. So far, I got 3 of them in here. I don't know why it says 1 at the top, turned in. What period is this? Okay, as you're turning those in, under week 1, there's another screenshot that you will see. We got about 12 minutes, so we'll let you get started on this, and then we'll finish it when we get back, unless you don't. First thing, or if you don't need to. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That screenshot won't work. It just worked. Like, how did you guys do this screenshot? I just did it. I'm telling you, I did it. I swear to God, it just worked. All right, so then in your packets, if you need a packet, I'll give it to you. I swear I took a screenshot. It worked. It was the last thing on the packet. It is page 70. Yeah, so you go to the back, and it says "Go Tigers." Okay. Now, a couple things with Go Tigers. And yours might be written on, I might tell you, I can't remember, I have it on the screenshot, that's what I did. So, the top up here, it says Go Tigers. That is in green. Does that make sense? The part where it says homecoming event is in red. If you want to write on it, you can write right on that copy. We're throwing these away anyway. It's supposed to be able to work. I don't know why I can't get it to work. So green is Go Tigers, red is homecoming events. I can put an example there. And then down below is blue, the very last one. Go Tigers in green, homecoming in red, and then homecoming theme is in blue. You're gonna have bullets. You guys know how to put bullets on? It's kind of review. We can help you with it if you need to. You can ask questions. Any picture that makes sense about Tigers or homecoming, you know, football player, cheerleaders, concession stand, dance, whatever you think of for homecoming. The first word in each of those bullets is bold. So bold things that need to be bold, underline things that need to be underlined. As far as font size types, they kind of tell you on that handout, so go ahead and just use that as best you can. I'll put an example on here. We were out of here at 12:20, so about 12:18, 12:17, about 7 minutes, I'll ask you to close up. And then what I'll do is I have 4 rags. So one of you in the first row can just wipe down each person's computer. One of you in this row would wipe down everybody, all 4 computers. One of you in this row would write down all 3 computers. And one of you in this. That way, you just take turns and make it work. Okay, so you got about 7 minutes. If you don't finish, then the first thing we do when we get back next Tuesday will be kind of finishing it. Sorry, it was kind of a crazy, why isn't anything working? But I am still curious why I can't put a screenshot on a Google Doc. Things that work on Moodle don't work in Google. I'll show you an example. I think I got an example somewhere. Spinning wheel. So it looks something like this. Obviously, you can pick whatever picture you want. But the bullets, the bold, underline, double underline. You guys just underline it. We used to mess around and format font a lot and get the double underline in Word. I got the spinning wheel, so nothing's working. But you go here and you could do the double underline in Word. I don't know if they have it in Google Docs. So just underline it, make a decorative one, whatever you wish. But we'll give you a few minutes.